looking at some specific sources you've shared, a bunch of recent news articles about what's been going on in and around Pattaya, Thailand.
Yeah, quite a mix of stories, actually.
Our mission, really, is
Yeah.
to just pull out the key facts from each report. But maybe more than that, find those surprising bits of insight.
Right.
Think of it like your fast track to understanding not just what happened, but maybe why it matters in this, very active region.
Exactly. We're looking at local news, pulling out the important stuff, and trying to connect some dots.
Okay.
What's interesting is the picture these articles paint, daily life, challenges, development, all happening at once.
Yeah.
We'll stick to the facts, what's reported, no guesswork, but always kind of looking for that bigger picture.
Okay, let's get into it. We've got 5 different stories. Should give us a pretty vivid, complex view of this part of Thailand.
For sure.
From police stuff to really personal struggles, and even some, flashy city upgrades. Quite the range. Let's dive right in.
That's good.
Okay, first up, Banglamung, John Bori. A pretty significant drug bust went down.
Mm-hmm.
This is August 21st, 2025, 11:30 at night. And it sounds like it wasn't random. It was a sting ordered by the district chief, Mr. Patrapet Shritanyanan.
Yeah, that's right. High-level stuff.
So, indicates it's a priority, right? Tackling drugs locally. What more can you tell us about how these, bigger operations actually come together?
Well, you're spot on. It was definitely planned out. The guy leading it on the ground was Mr. Kamfrey Lausain. He's a senior district official, narcotics officer.
Okay.
And he had Banglamung admin officers with him, plus volunteer defense forces. So a real team effort.
Multi-agency.
Exactly. And the intel, that was key. It came from people they'd already arrested for drug use.
Okay.
They basically pointed fingers, said, this group, there are suppliers.
Yeah.
That kind of street-level info is often, what makes these things work.
That makes sense.
Right.
Relying on that community intelligence. So how did that play out here, setting up the actual sting?
So with that info, undercover agents basically set up a deal. They arranged to buy 5 grams of crystal meth ice, right, for 2,000 baht. The meeting spot was a short-term rental room in Nong Pru.
Okay.
And the execution was pretty strategic. The authorities, they surrounded the area first, blocked off escape routes with their vehicles.
Smart.
Yeah. So when the suspects rolled up in a sedan to make the delivery, the officers just moved right in.
Did they try to run?
They did, yeah. Tried to flee on foot, but they were caught pretty quickly. Shows good coordination, I think.
So who are the guys they caught?
2 men, Mr. Nico Mani, he's 37, and Mr. Chaiwat Hamala, who's 31.
And what did they find on them?
Well, on Mr. Nikom, they found 3.1 grams of the crystal meth, plus the 2,000 baht from the sting, the marked money.
Got it.
And Mr. Chaiwat, he had 2 little plastic bags with another 2.4 grams of meth, and also 3 meth pills, yaba, they call them, just in his pocket.
And did they admit it was theirs?
The report says they both confessed the drugs belonged to them.
And that confession, how much does that help things early on, legally speaking?
Oh, it makes the initial part much simpler. So, okay, they recorded the arrest, right? And then the suspects and the evidence.
Off to the station.
Exactly, to Banglamung police station. Now they're facing charges under Thai law. Possession of Category 1 narcotics, that's the meth with intent to sell, and for personal use.
So, serious charges.
Very. And this whole thing, this multi-agency approach, it's not just about these 2 arrests. It shows this ongoing effort, trying to disrupt the supply lines.
It's hitting the availability on the street level.
Which is what the intel from users often points to. It's a constant thing, really. Every bust like this chips away at those networks.
Okay, so from drug enforcement, our next story shifts quite dramatically. It takes us into something much more personal and quite somber.
Mm-hmm.
This happened within Pattaya's tourist area. It reveals a different kind of challenge the city faces.
Yeah, this one's tough.
It was 9:00 p.m., August 23rd. Rescue teams and Pattaya City Police were called to a hotel on Pattaya 2nd Road.
Right. When they got there, they found a 59-year-old British man. He was in critical condition.
What happened?
He had severe, deep wounds on his neck and both wrists. Self-inflicted, tragically. He used a broken beer bottle.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, the scene was, a lot of blood loss, very serious injuries. The rescue workers, they did first aid right away and got him to Pattaya Memorial Hospital.
Is he okay?
The article said he was still in critical condition when it was published, so really touch and go.
Just awful. Did the hotel staff see anything? Anything that might explain why?
Well, they did offer some insight, said he was actually a frequent guest there, so they knew him.
Okay.
On that evening, apparently, they saw him drinking alcohol at the hotel. Then at some point, he smashed a beer bottle and, used it on himself.
So that gives some context, tragically.
Yeah, it does. A very sad sequence of events.
And the police role here, I mean, beyond the initial response in such a sensitive situation.
Well, they've carefully documented the scene, obviously, and they're investigating, trying to figure out the underlying reasons, the full circumstances behind it.
Right.
What's also interesting, maybe, is how the news source, the Pattaya News, handled it.
How so?
They explicitly chose not to publish the man's name. They said it was part of their editorial policy for self-harm incidents.
That's responsible, I think.
It is, and it brings up that difficult question, doesn't it? How media covers these really sensitive personal stories with respect, especially in places with lots of tourists, lots of eyes.
Yeah, tough balance. Okay, let's shift gears again. Back to law enforcement, but this one has a bit of a weird twist. It's about an operation against someone selling vapes illegally. But her explanation for where she got them is, well, you'll see.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
This is August 21st again, around 6:30 p.m., at a house in Banglamung on Soi Thong Klam Tol Man 29.
Right, and this raid, it involved senior officers, Deputy Superintendent LT Com Thana Wisechai, and Investigation Chief LT Com Sufat Satsong.
So a coordinated thing.
Definitely. And the person they arrested was a 50-year-old woman, Mrs. Hathathip Ruankam, apparently known as Thai.
Okay, Miss Hathathib. What did they find at her place?
They seized quite a bit of evidence, specifically 62 disposable e-cigarettes. The brand was Coke Tin.
62. That's not just personal use.
No, definitely not. That quantity was a big part of the case.
Okay, so here's where it gets interesting. What did she say when they questioned her? What was her defense?
Well, yeah, her explanation was, let's say, creative. She claimed she didn't buy the vapes from like a smuggler or anything.
Oh.
Instead, she said she got them from a scavenger, someone who owed her 3,000 better.
A scavenger.
Yeah, and she claimed this scavenger found them after they'd been thrown away by some Chinese nationals under a motorway bridge.
Right.
And then she said she decided to sell these discarded vapes to teenagers for 50 baht each to make a profit, even though she admitted she knew it was illegal.
Okay, that's quite a story. How did the police react to that one? I'm guessing skepticism.
Skepticism is putting it mildly. Yeah, they basically dismissed her claims right away.
Why?
They pointed out, look, these vapes are in perfect condition, pristine, and there are 62 of them. That doesn't sound like stuff someone found under a bridge.
No, it really doesn't.
It strongly suggested to them that these were directly imported illegally, not scavenged. Her story just didn't add up.
Did anything else come up that hurt her case?
Yes, actually. A pretty crucial detail. They did a drug test on her.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for her, it came back positive for illegal substances in her system.
Ah, okay, so that adds another layer.
Exactly. It definitely complicated things for her and probably made the police even more doubtful about her whole scavenger story.
So what's she charged with now?
Two main things. First, concealing, selling, or possessing smuggled goods. That falls under Section 246 of the Customs Act from 2017, basically having illegal stuff you didn't declare.
Right.
And second, because of the drug test, illegal consumption of a Category 1 narcotic.
Okay, so she was detained.
Yep, detained and handed over to investigators to sort out the legal process. It's an interesting case, isn't it? Shows the challenges with these new vape markets.
And trying to stop sales to kids.
Exactly. And, well, the sometimes elaborate stories people come up with when they get caught.
Yeah, definitely elaborate.
Oh.
Okay, now let's turn to a story that really hits home on a personal level. It's about theft, but the impact seems huge for the victim.
These are always tough.
The report was filed August 22nd, but the actual theft happened about a week before, on August 15th.
Okay.
The victim is Miss Thansuda Thiratayasiri. She's 26, and she sells secondhand clothes for a living.
Right, and what was stolen was her motorcycle, a brand new Yamaha Fino 115i.
Brand new. Oh, no.
Yeah, the article says she'd had it less than a month, and she got it on a no-down payment plan.
So she hadn't even really started paying for it yet.
Exactly, which makes losing it even worse financially. And it happened in broad daylight at the Grand Hall Market in South Pattaya, usually a busy spot.
Wow. That takes some nerve.
Yeah, speaks to how bold thieves are getting, maybe.
Is there any evidence? Did anyone see anything?
That's the frustrating part for her. There's clear CCTV footage from the market.
Oh, good. So they have him on camera.
Yep. It apparently shows the suspect clearly, described as a slim Thai man, about 165 centimeters tall. He's seen kind of scooping the place out.
Casing it.
Right. And then just casually stealing her bike. It was gray and red.
Having that footage should really help the police, right?
You'd think so. It should give them a very strong lead.
But this isn't just about losing a bike, is it? For her, it sounds like it was much more.
Oh, absolutely. It's about her livelihood. Her daily income is really modest, Maybe 300, 400 baht a day.
How does she make that?
Selling secondhand clothes for just 20 baht each, so you need to sell a lot.
Wow.
And she was devastated. Called the bike her first dream, her hope to make a living. It was how she got around, how she worked, dealing with the heat and rain all day.
Is essential.
Totally essential. And now, not only is it gone, but she's stuck paying for it. It's just a terrible situation.
Yeah, it really highlights how street crime hits vulnerable people the hardest. It can just cripple someone trying to get by.
Exactly. It raises big questions about safety for everyday people just trying to work.
So with this clear CCTV footage and the huge impact on her life, what's happening with the investigation? Any progress?
Well, that's the other tough part. She filed a report at Pattaya City Police Station, but she said publicly that she hasn't seen any progress at all.
Oh, that's disheartening.
Yeah, she's worried the case might just fizzle out, go unresolved, and she's left in this awful spot paying for a bike she doesn't have and without the main tool she needs for work.
Yeah. Did you say anything else? I think I read she made a public appeal.
She did. She basically pleaded with the police, pointed to the CCTV evidence, urged them to catch the guy.
Understand.
And she also warned others, other vendors, residents, said she's worried they could be next. Her point was that even locking your bike or parking in a busy place doesn't seem to stop these thieves anymore.
That's a scary thought for the whole community.
It really is. Highlights worries about general security and, whether enforcement is keeping up.
Okay, finally, let's end on something a bit more upbeat. Visually, at least.
Okay, a change of pace.
This is about a new development in Pattaya. The launch of these big new LED billboards on Walking Street.
Ah, yes, the modernization effort.
Exactly. This happened August 23rd, 8:00 p.m. Sounds like a pretty big deal for the city.
It's definitely being presented that way. As a major step in modernizing Pattaya, boosting its image as a, world-class tourist spot.
Who was there for the launch?
All the big names, apparently. The Chonburi governor, Thawachai Srithon, Pattaya mayor Pormizan Gompichet, the Banglamung district chief.
So, official backing.
Oh, yeah. Plus, local businesses, residents, tourists, other agencies. A big crowd, showing it matters to the community.
These billboards sound massive. Real landmarks. But what do these kinds of flashy projects actually mean for a city like Pattaya globally? Is it just about looking good?
That's a fair question. It's definitely about more than just aesthetics, or at least that's the plan. Mayor Pormiz gave some details.
Yeah.
They're installed at both ends of Walking Street South Pattaya side and the Bali High Pier side. The main ones are huge, 9 meters wide, 12 meters tall, like a 4-story building.
Wow.
The Bali High End one is a bit smaller, but yeah, they're meant to be new landmarks to really grab attention and boost Pattaya's global appeal.
So what will they show? Just ads? Or something more?
Not just ads, apparently they're designed to be multifunctional.
Yeah.
They'll showcase things like upcoming tourist events, festivals, even immersive multimedia shows.
So using the tech to entertain and inform.
Exactly. It's a strategic way to enhance the visitor experience, maybe draw different kinds of tourists too.
And the tech itself, you mentioned 3D visuals.
Yeah, cutting-edge stuff. Energy efficient too, apparently, but capable of really stunning 3D effects. The article mentioned an example.
What was that?
Like lifelike dolphins seeming to leap out of the screen. Think Times Square or similar places in big international cities.
Okay, that does sound impressive. A real spectacle.
That seems to be the goal. Grab attention, create a buzz.
So it's not just about pretty lights then. It's a strategic investment in Pattaya's image and future.
Absolutely. The launch event itself had exclusive content that apparently wowed everyone, locals and tourists. It really points to Pattaya's ongoing push to innovate, to upgrade the tourist experience, keep up with global trends, maybe even shift its image a bit, become known for more modern attractions alongside everything else.
Wow. Okay. What a ride through some really different aspects of life in Chonburi and Pattaya.
Yeah, quite the spectrum.
From police work on drugs and smuggling to really difficult personal stories about self-harm and theft impacting livelihoods. And then ending with this glittering symbol of modernization on Walking Street. It really paints a picture, doesn't it? A complex one.
It really does. These stories just highlight how multifaceted a place like Pattaya is. You've got these ongoing struggles, crime, personal tragedies.
Right.
But at the same time, this push for development, for boosting its image on the world stage, It shows a community constantly in flux, facing challenges, but also looking ahead.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? As you think about these different stories, maybe consider this.
Yeah.
How do all these things, the individual events, the bigger city projects, how do they all weave together to shape the identity of a place like Pattaya?
Good question.
And maybe, what does that tell us about any city, really? That complex mix of problems and progress happening all at once.
Yeah, that constant tension.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope this focused look gave you some valuable insights, maybe sparked some curiosity.
So
Until next time, keep digging, keep questioning, and keep learning.